Hi. So I have no idea why I decided to do this today. Probably because I actually have assignments to do for the first time this entire semester. And obviously can't do those when they need to be done. But yeah, no, I did want to start off by saying though, I have had like a really rough couple of weeks, as a lot of you, I'm assuming, well, would know, because I've got a lot of messages of love and support, and they've been really, really kind, and I actually can't thank you guys enough. It's quite hard when you're in that like dark place to properly express your gratitude. But I just wanted to let you know that I am really, really, really super grateful for all of your support, even from those of you who don't know me. It's honestly, it means a lot, and it does really affect me, and in a positive way. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I thanked you for that. It means a lot, guys. I haven't even done my hair. What am I doing? Anyway, so I don't really have something set in mind that I was going to talk about, but most of the questions that I got are, as I kind of expected, ED recovery related, which is totally fine. So I'll just start off with a bit about myself, away from the ED, because we know that that's not what makes a person. My name is Tiana, but everyone calls me Tia or T. I clearly can't sit still. I'm almost 20, so I'm 20 in August. I study psychology. I'm in my final year of that, so hopefully going to be going on to do my postgrad, like masters and stuff. Ideally, I want to, I haven't actually decided if I want to go to the postgrad psych stuff or if I want to go and actually do like a nutrition kind of postgrad course. I don't know if that's the ED talking or if that's, but it's a genuine interest and always has been, so it's quite hard to tell. But my friend and I actually, our long-term goal, or like our life dream, I suppose, is to open up a centre for eating disorders in WA that is a residency kind of treatment approach rather than just the inpatient program, because there is only one inpatient program here in WA, and obviously that might work great for some people, but from my personal experience and her personal experience, it's a bit hit and miss. But yeah, there's actually no residential facilities for eating disorders in Australia at all, which is, I actually think is disgusting, considering the fact that all the research suggests that they would be the most effective form of treatment, but for some reason we don't have them. Yeah, it's just, there's not a lot of support, especially in WA, but yeah, no, so that's kind of my goal. End goal is the residential treatment. I want to run one because with her, but before that, it's mainly just to gather more kind of support for patients with eating disorders in Perth, because it's really, really lacking here. And I also want to kind of steer away, obviously, a residential treatment. This is 4 minutes long already, and I haven't even spoken about anything. I also want to do a lot of work in the public system, because I think too much of it is private and relies on people's abilities to be able to pay for their own healthcare, which I think is disgusting, because you shouldn't have to pay to be sick, and you shouldn't have to pay for someone to help you. It's just, that's a whole nother topic though, we won't even get started on that one. Okay, so I'll actually answer some of the questions. Well, that's a fairly simple one. Where do you work? Without being too specific, I work for David Jones in the cosmetics department. So David Jones is, think of the cosmetics department, I guess, like a Sephora, but it's in a department store, if that makes sense. So that's just for the American people, I guess, that don't have David Jones. There are a lot of questions here, and I did kind of expect that. What was your lowest weight? What is your current weight and BMI? But I don't. I'm not going to answer those questions. A, because I don't think it's not really important for you guys anyway, and B, because there is so much, eating disorders is such a competitive illness, and that's by no fault of the people who suffer. It's just in the nature of the ED. That these kind of numbers, people get hooked on the numbers and they just kind of fight with each other. And I'm a strong believer that a BMI or a weight or a number is absolutely not a good measure of how ill somebody is in terms of an eating disorder. It's great for the physical side of things to a certain extent. It's not even the full aspect of that. But for some reason, it seems to be the only thing that people cling on to. And I'm not just talking about patients here or people my age. I'm talking about the professionals. In my experience in the inpatient treatment that I've received on a number of occasions, it's always been BMI based. And no, like, that is not how you can tell how healthy I am. I mean, it's great that I'm putting on weight or that I've, whatever. Again, that is another topic. I could talk about that for hours and hours. Clearly, I'm very passionate about this. Someone's asked, why is it that I'm not able to work? So, my psychiatrist, you get to a certain point, in whatever, I think it would be in any illness really, where you kind of, your life is taken over by your attending doctor. So, my psychiatrist while I'm inpatient is not the same as my psychiatrist while I'm outpatient. So I only see this lady when I'm in hospital. But she filled out a form that basically forbid me? Yeah. Great. From working for the next 3 months at least, which is super frustrating because I have no money at all, but it's completely understandable. One, because it's a health and safety issue for the people, for DJs. They can't have me like fainting and stuff on the floor. B, I am at a more like stable weight, medically stable, all of that, but I'm far from both medically and psychologically recovered, and I'm really not healthy enough to be working. And C, it's just an added bit of stress, bit of pressure that could contribute to a greater relapse, or would just be a negative effect in my recovery. So as annoying as it is, and the fact that Centrelink declined my freaking thing, yeah, I understand why, and I'm sure in the long term I will be grateful for her for putting her foot down and saying that. It's just painful at the moment. Someone else also asked, what's the most important thing I've learned so far in recovery? This is a really tricky question because I have learned so much, even just in the past 12 months, I think. You learn a lot about yourself, and I think this is not necessarily, well, maybe it's just because I don't personally have the greatest experience in terms of recovery like on my own. It falls apart. But in the instances that I have been inpatient, I have learned so much about myself. But I would have to say the most important thing that I've learned is that as wonderful and as important as it is to give and to get support from other people who are going through a similar thing to you, so other people with EDs, it is so important to remember that you are in there, or that you are just recovering for yourself. You are not recovering for anybody else. And like I said before, EDs are so competitive and kind of rely on this, people comparing themselves with others. And that becomes a really big trap when you're trying to get better, because, like, just speaking from personal experiences, there were cases where I was like, what? Why am I on 8 Ensures? Look at this girl, she's only on 4, and why do I have to be on 8? And it's like, no, that is not the point of recovery. Some people need this and other people don't need that. And it's like if you were to go to hospital or to go to the doctors for anything, the treatment for anything differs for different people because there are different circumstances and everyone has different needs. So you don't have to throw yourself in the mix with other people that have the same illness as you just because they have the same diagnosis. Because there is absolutely no one way of treatment that's going to work for everybody else. I think I learned that the hard way, and I don't know if I can sit here and say now that, I know this, but I guarantee you if I am in that setting again, which, fingers crossed, but, probably will happen, I can guarantee you I'll be having the same thoughts, like, so-and-so's doing this, why do I have to do this? Or why doesn't she have to do that? You're there for you, not for other people. So that's so important. Someone else asked what triggered, what happened that triggered everything? I'm assuming, oh my god, my hair. I'm assuming that this is related to last night. Yesterday was just not a very good day. Last week has just not been a fantastic week, but yesterday especially, I don't know what it was. Well, I do. It was 2 days of constant binging. But no, I get very emotional at night, and it's always kind of been that way. I hit a wall at about 5 o'clock, and be that because of restriction or like restriction causing physical exhaustion at that time or whatever, but I'm just so tired and I get so emotional. It usually gets to the point where I'm like, I have dinner and I'm like, give me my sleepers, I want to go to bed now. Last night my brother was just actually talking about the actual teacher that I was talking about, who teaches him. And usually that stuff doesn't faze me, but for some reason I think because I'd also had an appointment that day and just, it did hit me. And then I'd already taken my night meds, which kind of makes me, if I don't go to bed straight away, it makes me really loopy and like even more emotional. So I was just an emotional wreck. So I guess that was the trigger, my brother talking about the specific teacher, because it brings back everything. But from what I know anyway, I don't have like a particular set of triggers. I know some things certainly will trigger it off, but there are other things that I'm honestly like a hit and miss. Sometimes I'll be fine with, sometimes I won't be. Stuff like that. And sometimes I'm really surprised by what does trigger me. But yeah. I have a really big problem with, it used to just be Pepsi Max, but now it's just kind of turned into sugar-free soft drink, but still Pepsi Max mainly, but sugar-free soft drink. I honestly I don't even know if I will upload this because I'm looking at my hair and I'm just like, this is not acceptable. But I might redo it. We'll see how it goes. But I also don't know if I can be bothered. It's freaking 14 minutes already and I don't even know what I've spoken about. But yeah, no, I'm bored a lot and I'm procrastinating a lot. So I might do this again too. Like if you guys actually do have any questions or if you want me to talk about things, I'm more than happy to talk about the ED and the inpatient stuff. I know a lot of my followers do have eating disorders and are in recovery and are a lot younger than I am and haven't been through inpatient and might be going into inpatient. So if you guys do ever have any questions about stuff like that, or if you ever want some support or anything, I am always here and I might make a video to answer it, because I don't know, as awkward as this is, I feel like it's also been beneficial for me. Like, I've got some things off my chest in a really weird way. But yeah, no, I am in a better mood now than I was this morning, so maybe this has something to do with it. Whatever, I need to stop rambling, and I need to go and do my hair. But yes, so this is weird, This is what I sound like, a 12-year-old girl. And yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day and that the weekend is very kind to you. And again, just thank you for your constant, endless love and support. It means so much. And if I could just come over and hug every single one of you, I would. So yes, thank you so much. And I hope this didn't bore you to tears.